Hello my lovelies and welcome back to a kooky corner of YouTube. Just thought I'd show you a couple of pieces that I had come in the mail today. I've been away for the weekend, so came back to a lovely set of the Koh-I-noor Brilliant Watercolours. Remember last week I showed you this set which has 24 colours and I did a swatch of those. This one is the 48 colours, and I just wanted to show you the box because these are sometimes quite confusing because they can get confused with the watercolour sets. These ones here that I showed you before, which are not as brilliant colour wise, as in brilliance, as in the colour of them and the depth of the colour that you can get. So yeah, they come in this box. Now the way that they come is separated out into, I've got 2 in each bit basically, so you've got 4 sections with 2 in each bit, and then you just put them all together like this, so that you've got 8 different sections that run down the length. And just do what we did earlier, which is separate them out into colours. So yeah, there are 8 of these in total. Let me move this out of the way. I'm running out of space. Here we go. Push those over to one side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got double the colours. I will swatch these out so we can see the differences as well, but I'll do that in a minute. So I'll just pop these back together and I'll show you something else that I got. I forgot to say that these are from Cult Pens, and their service is superb. I have 2 companies that I buy things from quite a lot art wise, and that's Jackson's Art and Cult Pens. Both brilliant, and these are a set from Cult Pens. I'm not sure if Jackson's have these on their website. I'll have to do a check of that, but these were a really good set, and they had all of the Koh-I-noor watercolours and the Brilliant watercolours, so if you fancy the other sets as well, they're available too. Right, next from Cult Pens again. I've been wanting one of these for so long. This is a J Herbin, who makes the inks. If you like your inks, you'll know who that is. And it is glass ink pen, fountain pen, whatever, dip pen. I can't even get my words straight again. What's new, you say? Yeah, so this is a beautiful, like a turquoisey green colour. Isn't it lovely? It's a lovely thing all of its own, but because of these ridges on the nib, can you see that there? The ridges hold the ink, so you can go for quite a few lines without having to dip your nib in the ink again. So once you've loaded it up, it will last for quite some time. But I just think it's a beautiful thing, and I've got so many ink pens that I want to try, so I've always wanted to try this. Since I saw the glass pens, I thought I need one of those. So yeah, this one was from Cult Pens, and they've got all the other different colours as well. They've got, I think it's about 6 colours. I think it's 6, I'm not sure, but this was my favourite. And what they also put in the box is when you've used the nib for a while, then that dulls slightly, so they've put a tiny bit of 400 grade sandpaper in there so you can just sharpen up your nib when you need to. Nice idea, nice little touch there. I'll pop that back in its box. So I'm going to try out some of my inks with that later and see how that goes. Leave one little bit of square of sandpaper in there. It's nice that they actually tell you what grade it is so you can get your own as well. So that's that. What else have I been up to? Oh, I did a little piece of embroidered felt. So this is, I showed you how to do the backgrounds of these, I do believe, at some point, and then I just embroidered on top of it. But if anybody would like a more in-depth tutorial about how to do that, please like and subscribe, tick the bell or cling the bell or clang the bell so that you know when I upload, and leave me a comment down in the comments section, because if you're interested in this, I can show you all the different things that I do when I make mine. I have inclusions of little bits of fabric, the different kind of threads that I use. We've got sequins, we have beads, but yeah, if you're interested in that, drop me a little note down into the section below with the comments, and I will have a look at putting some together. I know I've got other things that I need to show you, and they are in the pipework, but I've had a really busy month where I've not actually been at home as much as often. You probably noticed, well, maybe you haven't noticed, in which case this is going to be irrelevant, but if you watch my videos, you're usually used to having one on a Tuesday and a Friday. Well, last Friday I couldn't actually make one because I wasn't here, I was away, and I didn't have time to pre-record one or make one previously. I need to get better with my time management, but that should sort itself out within the future. So usually I will be doing you a video on a Tuesday and a Friday, and sometimes you'll get an odd one thrown in as well, a different one another time, but usually it's Tuesdays, Fridays. Tuesday 7 o'clock, Friday 6 o'clock GMT. So if you're interested, that's when they will be hitting the tubes. Hitting the tubes, that doesn't sound right, does it? Anyway, yeah, that's when I upload. So I'm going to show you some other things today as well as swatching out those the Koh-I-noor 48 set, and seeing the difference between the 24 and the 48. So we'll get on to that. This was a piece that I did in my sketchbook with the 24 set of Koh-I-noor Brilliant Watercolours. The background is all the Koh-I-noors, which are really vibrant, as you can see. You know, they really do give you some colour payoff. These bits down the side, the really fluorescent-y bits that I did in this, were these guys. They weren't these guys. They were the gouache, but they were the fluorescent gouache. It's the same make, so it's Liquitex, but it's gouache and not soft bodied acrylic. And they do a fluorescent gouache, acrylic gouache, should I say, that goes really nicely. And that's a little bit of the pink one there, pink there, orange there. La-di-da. A lot of these leaves were made with the Liquitex gouache. And what else can I tell you about this piece? It's got some gel pen work in it, so Sakura gel pens, some of the glitzy pens, but it's nice just to play around with things like this, and that's what I like to do in my sketchbooks, just to see how things work together. So yeah, let's go back to, that was the 24 set. So now I'm going to quickly swatch them all out for you, because you don't really want to see all the swatching. If I'm making a mistake and you do want to see all the swatching, please leave me a little message and I will rectify that. But I was just going to do it on this page. Shall we do it together? Let's do it together. Why not? We'll do the thing. I'll grab a water, grab my old paint rag to wipe my brush on, and grab a brush. Okay, so there does appear to be differences. The top layer's different. Well, let's go in. White I'm not going to swatch out for you because it's white. It's not going to show up. I can leave a little gap where it would be. So let's do that. So this is like a lemony yellow that's on here. I'm going down to the next one. I can hear the police sirens or ambulance sirens going outside at the minute. So that's like a golden yellow. I was so into these the other day, so I thought I actually had to grab the 48 set, and I was intending to take it away with me to try, but the postie didn't arrive until after I'd gone. Sometimes it's a good job actually, because I wouldn't have had time to play with them anyway. This is like a little salmony or a skin toned colour, which is something that we didn't have in the other one. I think we're going to deeper oranges now. Looks like an orangey yellow or a yellowy orange. And then I think this is a deeper orangey colour. Yeah. So you've got a few pale ones on the top layer, which is quite nice. I will stick that white one in. I know it's not probably going to show up, but you know what? I'm just a bit extra, so let's do that. Okay, so that's the top disc. Take that one off. And now we're on to the second disc. So I'm going to start from the orange again. So that is definitely, ooh, that's a nice one. That's like a buttercuppy, real proper cadmium kind of a yellow. I doubt it has got any cadmium in it. They are non-toxic, is what it says. Or did it say that? I can't remember. I know with these ones, I think the watercolours are safe, but you wouldn't want to be handing out these to children. One thing, they're dye based, so if they get them on clothes, it will definitely mark. That's a nice kind of an opera pinky colour, that one. Maybe not as bright as an opera pink, but it's definitely a vibrant one. Okay. I don't believe we had this colour in the last set. Because obviously there's going to be like double the number of colours that you get in this set, which is great really. If you think about you're going to take this out. That's quite a nice colour. That's like a rosy pink. Really nice. And then we're going on to the last one of this this particular disc. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's a nice colour. Really nice. Liking that one a lot. I thought I'd like that one. When I looked at that disc, I thought, oh, that looks pretty nice. I'm going to enjoy that one. And I wasn't wrong. So moving this on so that you can actually see. Taking that layer off. Popping it over there. Right. Where to start from this there? Let's go with the reds, shall we? Start with the reds. That's kind of like a, it's a red, but it's more of an orangey red, I would say, like a brick red perhaps. A light brick red. I'm going to be precise here. Then we have, that's the Scarletty Red. Be careful not to join them together or they'll be flowing into each other. Some really nice colours here. This is lighter than that one. I definitely think this is probably more of the opera pinky variety of a colour. I love the colour that my water's going at the minute. It's kind of like an orangeade colour. Be a dirty brown in a minute when I've added in all the blues and greens. That's nice. Really nice. I've got a really nice selection of pinks and things. So if you like painting flowers, you've got some really excellent colours to work with in this set. I mean, you do in the other set as well, but you've got more of a variation of the pinks. So that's going towards a purpley pink, that one. Really impressed with the variety of pinks, definitely, and reds. And then this one looks like to be a purple colour. Oh, it's kind of an aubergine. It's kind of an aubergine. I think there is an aubergine colour in the other set that we swatched out. Yeah, that's nice. Really nice. So if you like, as I say, painting flowers, this is a great set. So let's take that layer off. They just twist and then they're off. Okay, so now we've got some more oranges coming up here. I'd really love to know how they put together these sticks, what kind of thought processes they're going, because some of them don't seem to have a rhyme or reason to them. Maybe they're not supposed to. That's a nice bright orangey yellow. This is a definite orange. Yeah. I do like these sets, I must admit. They're great for working in the sketchbook. And as I said on the previous video, the price point of them, you don't worry about it too much. It's not like taking out your very expensive watercolours if you're going out and about anywhere. And they take up a lot less space. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Oh, these are definitely into the purples and violets now here, I think, with this one. Yeah. That is nice. Just imagine the kind of flower paintings that you could do with this. I'm doing a little course on abstract flowers. Not me, I'm not making the course, I am taking the course. Let me just clarify that. And this is going to be really handy for that. Tell me in the comments which courses you like to do. If you do any of the like online courses or even real life courses, what are you doing at the moment? I'm always interested to find out what other people are up to as well. That's a nice blue. Yeah, I'm a sucker for courses. I like the online ones because I can do them at my own pace. So I tend to like to, ooh, I'm impressed with that. I like doing the Domestica courses, because there's a lot of the things on there that I like to do. The Skillshare ones I have done before as well, so Skillshare courses are good. So yeah, drop me a note in the comments if you're doing any of the online courses or any courses that you might be doing that are not online, that are the real life ones. Okay, I don't know which angle to go from here. Let's go from this blue, shall we? Ooh, I think I remember that very vibrant blue from the first set. I'm not unimpressed with any of these, I must admit. They're all pretty good. Ooh, also very vibrant. Darker one though, that's more of an ultramarine, isn't it? I think I remember one of those from the first set as well. This one looks like to be the darker blue, perhaps. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's kind of along your Prussian lines. Got a tinge of green to it. Okay, we're getting down these. We are getting down. Ooh, that didn't take much working up to that colour. Cool, that's a nice blue violet. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not going to fit all these on one page, I have to say. This is going to be a 2-pager. Did I go the right way? I did, yeah. I'm trying to remember where I started. Okay. Oh, that's a nice green. That is really nice. Lovely green, that one. And then the 6th one is this one here. Ooh, that's a purple. That's like a royal purple. That's really vibrant. Love it. Very lovely. Okie dokie, next one. So the next one we're on to, let's start with the purples then. So let's go with this one. I think it's a purple. We'll soon find out. Because they're dye based, as I said before, you don't, oh, it's like a blue, oh, it's like a purple. It is a purpley blue. You don't actually always know exactly what you're going to get, which is why I suggest if you get a set of these, making a swatch card. I saw somebody very cleverly did something the other day, and in the middle they got a piece of watercolour paper in that little spare bit in the middle of your disc, and then sectioned it out, you know, like the Trivial Pursuits cheese cubes, you know, the cubes of you put your little cheeses in. I call them cheeses. I don't know if anybody else does. But what they've done is they've done a little section for each colour, and then just blue tacked it or stuck it into that spare gap at the bottom, in that middle bit there, so that you knew which colours you've got, which I thought was pretty clever. You could laminate it so you don't get it affected by colours from these washing over it a bit. Oh, it's very clever. It's a nice brown, very vibrant. It's right, the wind's getting up and I've got my door to the studio open because it's quite warm and it's just blowing things around at the minute. Okay, so this looks like to be a lighter brown. Yeah, that's like what do they call it, raw sienna. That one's like a raw sienna, this one's like an ochre. These look like greens to me, I do believe. Oh yes, that's nice. That's like a viridian, maybe. Oh, my water's changing colour beautifully. Okay, this is the last one on this disc, which is very similar to that one. There will be slight differences, I would imagine. This one looks like to be a green gold. Okay, now second to last. So we have got, this looks to be pearlescent. This is a pearlescent colour. It's a pearlescent white. Yeah, it's not going to show up. I think I still got a little bit of green left on there from my last set. Let's manangle into that bit. Yeah, it's pearlescent. You won't probably see that until it's dry. Let's go back to the greens then. Maybe I should have started with the greens and worked my way around to the pearlescent. That's a nice green. Really nice. And this one. Ooh, I like that one. Well, it's kind of like a foresty green. Got some more browns here. Ooh, that's like a greeny brown. Quite like that one. That definitely wasn't in the last set. What's this one? I thought this was a brown, but maybe it isn't. Oh, it is. It is a brown. Just not quite as ready as the other one that we had up there, I think. And then with this one, we finish off and we've got, this is either a silver or a grey. Oh, it's a nice grey actually. It's kind of a warm grey, I would say, which is quite nice. On to the last lot. I don't know whether to do this on a different page. Kind of didn't plan this very well, did I? Let's see if I can do smaller ones just in this last section so I can try and get them all on one page. So that is a really light, that's either a silver or a very, very light grey. I think we had one of these in the last set. Kind of looks silvery to me. Then we've got this one, which is another brown. It's quite nice. This one looks to be a brown as well. Yeah, this is kind of a reddy brown. Not sure what this one is. Let's have a look. Well, it's quite a golden brown, isn't it? Yellowy golden. Then this one looks to be... oh, that's that lovely green from the 24 set. That one that I really liked on that bottom layer. That's that one. Love that green. So nice. And then the last one, which I'm hoping or thinking may well be a black. Yeah. So the last one on that disc is a black. So that's it. That's all 48 of the colours swatched out. See if we can flip backwards a little bit. So that's the 24 set. Still a nice range of colours, but you have to agree with me that the colours in the yellows and reds and pinks are sublime in this set. They've got some really good ones going on. So as I said, if you like doing vibrant abstracts or vibrant flower paintings, this is a really good set to go for. So another double thumbs up, very much approve. Okay, so I thought I'd try out that dip pen with my dominant ink that I got a couple of weeks ago. Giving it a little shake up. This is a leaf green. So let's see how that goes. Take the lid off. Just want to try out this dip pen. Been wanting one of these for so long. You know how it is when you get something you finally get something that you've been wanting to try. Let's see if the dip pen will fit in. Oh, it does. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Hello. My lovelies. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Oh, that's really nice. It does last a long time. That's what used to annoy me a little bit with dip pens, where you used it and you had to keep dipping it over and over again. But look how long this goes on for without having to be refilled. I'm really impressed. I like the line width of it as well. At the minute I'm in it's a sea white, no, it's not a sea white, it's a Pink Pig watercolour pad, but it's got kind of a smooth watercolour on it, so it's just giving me a little bit of a tooth to it, but it's working quite well, to say. I'm really impressed. Look how this is going on from just one dip. It just keeps going. Let's do some drawing with it, see how that goes. I say drawing, I mean doodling. Wow, severely impressed. And the great thing about dip pens that I like is the fact that you can very quickly swap from one colour to another. If you were using like a fountain pen with a cartridge in it, or one of those adapters, then it takes a long time for you to get rid of the ink that's inside that. This is really impressive, actually. I'm liking the fact that it goes on. I've only dipped it once. You see me, it's only had one dip in the ink bottle and it's still going. Let's do some doodlies. Put a star in there. Oh yeah. Will it ever end? Oh, it's starting to get a bit more faded now. But I think That's pretty good. Still got some, still going. Little fainter, but it is still going. So, super impressed with this. Line work is great. It's only just starting to give up, and if I had to give it a little bit of a twist, there's still more. Wow, I think I'm converted over to glass dip pens. Obviously you don't get the nib choices, but if you're doing drawing with it or just writing, there we are, it's lost its. But if you can see that much from one dip, pretty good, huh? So yeah, it's all cleaned up now, good as new, ready to use again the next time. Because it's glass, it wiped off so easily, dried up so easily. I'm very impressed with that. You know what though? I kind of want all the other colours now. Oh my, when will I ever stop? When I have all the things. I'm joking. I think I quite like another one in a different colour. I'm not sure if they're different shapes actually. They could be different shapes. I'll have to check that later. But yes, thanks to the small grooves on the nib, several lines can be written without dipping. Well, I think we proved that, didn't we? We definitely proved that. And this dominant ink colour is superb. I love it. The leaf green. I will be having a look at more of these. There's 25ml in this bottle, and it comes, as I said before, with this little baggie and a little dropper. So there, tested out that. And the last thing I wanted to show you was an update on Christopher. Christopher has his legs and arms and his little fez now, so all he is in need of is a little waistcoat and he will be completed, and there will be my little needle felted Christopher. Really enjoyed making him. It took me a few days, not necessarily because that wasn't the amount of time, but because I didn't have time to give to him because it's been such a busy time lately. But yeah, I made him a little tassel for his fez. There he's got like a little pin that goes through. It's one of these really long like dress pins with a little diamante top to it, because I thought that way I could make him different hats. So when it's his birthday, he could have a birthday hat. When it's Christmas, he could have a Christmas crown. I'm not obsessed or anything. And that's the reason we're going to do some loose clothing for him so that he can change. You might have a jumper at some points and a scarf when it gets to autumn time. So Christopher is complete. Apart from his clothing, he's a naked crocodile. Anyway, that's my very quick update. I will be back on Friday this week, definitely, probably with some kind of a tutorial which I'm going to put together this week and have up for you on Friday. So please do click the link, click the like and subscribe and the bell, which will tell you when I've uploaded. But 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, 7 o'clock PM should I say, on a Tuesday, and 6 o'clock PM on a Friday, generally, unless something goes wrong. Have a great week, people, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.